Hi, I'm Francis Hunger. I'm from Leipzig, East Germany. In my PhD, I'm working on a genealogy of relational database management systems. And I'm also involved in research for applying so-called artificial intelligence to curating. This here is an artwork, and I'm gonna speak about it from an artist perspective. So this 16-minute video, this is the sentence from 2020. It deals with the current development of artificial actors, such as a voice assistant or bots from Amazon and Apple. And in front of a reddish billowing background, individual words are displayed. And in the minds of the readers, of the human readers, these are joined into sentences. As you see, it's very, very slow in the beginning. That's intentional. And a dialogue arises from these toneless statements, questions, insinuations, and invitations. I should also mention that this work is without sound. So you are just confronted ideally in a dark room, just with the screen, with a large screen, and these statements. And one statement in this video is, what voice do you hear when reading this? So whether human or computer program, the viewer gets the impression that someone is really talking, like really wants to talk with you as a viewer. But the viewers don't hear a voice. They just read it, and by reading it, they hear their own inner voice. And thus they replace their vis-a-vis, the screen or the smart agent, with their own phantasms, prejudices, or preconceptions of the other, in this case, the screen. And the work thus constructs the screen and its supposed smartness as the other of the human. Only when this other prints the words on the screen, you are breathing, are you? The human viewers get aware that their human presence to perceive the artwork is bound to bodily functions like breathing. Developing this thought further, we get aware that the embodiment of knowledge and intelligence is exactly the difference between humans and smart assistants. And slowly, the dialogue also becomes a little bit creepy. Like I'm standing in front of this screen, and am I being observed? Like, is that what I think I'm observing? Is it looking back at me? Disclosure, it isn't in this case, so that's not an interactive installation. It's more like the strength of the work is in the dialogue in a way. So the specific tension of this work emerges because it can be immediately understood by humans who, while watching it, are able to realize that the single displayed words actually form sentences with meaning over time. At the same time, if we would have a machinic agent who would observe this piece, most likely it would only be able to detect single words and not automatically recognize sentences or meaning in it, unless especially trained so. The piece, the piece is very slow developing and asks for a concentrated viewing. It shifts the viewer's perception, since the background color morphs from red to pink and back, and this tricks our brain into shifting the color perception as well. So if you stare long enough against the screen and then look somewhere else, you'll realize how your eyes or your brain have adapted to the red, and you experience a so-called red shift. This is a sentence, so the title of the work demonstrates how artistic approaches can activate perception beyond the straight delivery of knowledge, as in a video essay or in academic texts. The slowness of the video plays against one of the promises of smartness, that is, having everything immediately at your hand, getting things done faster. Yeah, thank you. That was the statement.